Hey guys, happy Saturday. Here is an update on my 20-gallon long Apistogramma agassizi tefe tank. I don't think I've shown you guys this tank since my very first video, so it's been a long time, but the tank itself hasn't changed much, so there's probably a few more plants in here now than there used to be. It looks overgrown in the video, but it's really not that crazy in person. But most of the plants I use are have very small demands, so just, barely any light and they're good to go. So I mainly have bulbitus in here, anubias, hornwort, Brazilian pennywort, and a couple of crypts. So nothing that really takes much, which is good because all I have is a Phoenix Fuge Ray on this tank. So it's not really that bright of lighting. This tank also is very low pH, probably below 6. And I also use Indian almond leaves and peat. So same kind of formula as the Elizabethae tank to kind of keep the water really soft and the pH low. So you can see my male right by the Indian almond leaf. And in the bottom left of the frame is one of my females. And that is the female that the male always breeds with. As it just so happens, I have a really big batch of fry right now. So I'm going to kind of move the camera over here, and we'll see if we can see them, at least a few of them. So you can kind of see a couple of them swimming around. So there's a bunch right there. So this batch of fry is by far the biggest of any batch that I have had. So I'm pretty excited about that. I've wanted to raise some of these guys to maturity for a long time. I've had some batches that have lasted, 10, 12 days, but for whatever reason they just haven't made it. But I'm hopeful with a batch this big that I'll be able to raise at least a few of them to maturity, because they are really cool fish. I love the tail pattern of my male. He's also a really smart fish too. He's always near the glass when I'm around. So they're really cool fish. I did feed them the fry some brine shrimp earlier. They didn't seem too interested in it. I think it may be because they're still so young and still feeding on their yolk sac, but hopefully by tomorrow at least some of them will start to chase the brine shrimp and maybe eat a couple of them. So still working on that. And that's really about it for this tank. Don't really have much more going on. Just the 3 fish in this tank, the male and then 2 females, but he really only ever breeds with 1 female, so the other female kind of gets left out. But the tank's so big that she has so much space. She rules half the tank still on her own, so she's not really in trouble or in danger or anything. So I'm hopeful that the female can keep the male away from the fry, because he's been known to eat a few stragglers before. So as long as she keeps him away, I've got a pretty good feeling about this batch. So I'll keep you guys updated about what happens with them. I'll keep feeding the brine shrimp. I'll probably try to feed them twice a day, small amounts, and we'll see what happens. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know if you have any questions about the tank or the agassizis or anything else. So until next time, thanks.